What is going on, Emmanuel? We are here for Are You Chicken? And I have the wonderful, wonderful pleasure to sit across this man right here, Justin Ray, our Franklin campus student director. Now, this is going to be something where we eat hot wings. We're going to talk about some fun things, get to know you a little bit more. And we're just like a lineup that is spicy. So how are you with spicy foods?
Well, I like spicy food, but I like it dipped in ranch. So if that tells you anything.
Okay, I love ranch too, so that makes sense. All right. So ground rules. Are we doing one bite or the entire wing?
You tell me. I'd rather do one bite though, when I smell how hot these things can be.
So we're doing the entire wing then. We're
Ah,
just gonna eat the whole thing.
I knew.
So we're gonna eat the whole thing. We're gonna go through it, and we're just gonna hope we can make it through. Okay.
All right.
So question 1: what is your hobby outside of Emmanuel Church? And let's go ahead and dap in. You want to cheers?
Let's do it.
Number 1.
Number 1. Well, I have 4 kids. Don't have a whole lot of time. So let's be honest, don't have many hobbies.
Right.
But what I do like to do outside is coach football.
Okay.
That takes up the other part of my time.
Yeah.
Other than being home. So I would say coaching football. Right now I help coach up there at Heritage Christian with my brother, coaching high school football. So
Okay.
I would stick to that.
Now, did you play football growing up?
I did. Some would call it the position left out. Yeah. So, no, in all honesty, I played at Indian Creek High School.
Okay.
Played defense, so love defense, and that's what I'm doing right now, coaching defense.
So how's it feel in Franklin from Indian Creek? Like, they're rivals, right? They don't really like each other. Like,
I wouldn't say we're big rivals.
Okay.
Franklin and Whiteland are the rivals.
Okay.
Indian Creek, we were more of the Brown County.
Oh,
Indian Creek was the
okay.
big rival.
Okay.
So Franklin and Indian Creek's a little bit different in size. So no hurt
it's
feelings
okay.
there.
All right.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. So round 2. Round
All right.
2. All right. So you're a Colts fan, right?
I am.
Okay. So top three Colts of all time. But I know you announced some sports. So in your announcer's voice.
Oh, okay.
Top 3.
Okay. Top 3, I'm going to go.
This is actually a pretty good wing right here.
It's very good. I've got 2 of them. Who would be my third?
I think I know your top 2. Like kind of everyone's top 2. But
Well, because I grew up in this era, I'm going to go with my 3. And
okay. Don't forget that announcer's voice.
here's the problem, though. All 3 are going to be offensive guys.
That's
I didn't
fine.
pick any defensive guys,
That's
and yet
fine.
I'm a defensive guy. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, your top 3 Colts. Number 18, Peyton Manning. Number 87, Reggie Wayne. And number 88, Marvin Harrison.
It's good.
yeah,
That's
so-
good. And that list is good. Like, I mean,
it
that's a
is.
solid
And let's be
list.
honest. That's when we were really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we were really good. Should we have won more Super Bowls? Yes, but you know what?
The GOAT happened. So that's what happened.
I may have to
All
walk
right.
out on that one.
So
Please don't tell me you're.
when you
you're-
play against the
please
GOAT-
don't, please don't tell me you're a TB12 fan.
I'm a Michigan fan through and through. So
Oh
TB12 is the heart.
man.
TB12. Now,
No.
I'll let you finish that little taste up. And we can kind of go on to where it gets a little tricky here.
Okay.
Like, this is where we can kind of feel some heat.
Okay.
So,
All
all right.
Woo, here we go.
Yep. So, you were the online, right?
Yes.
You were doing online.
Yes.
So, when you transitioned to students, what was that like? Because it was recent. So,
It
how
was.
was the transition?
It's been in the last couple weeks. Let's be honest. It's actually been about a month now. Transition went great. I've always been down in Franklin, even doing the online Sundays. I've always spent time at Franklin, so
Yeah.
that transition was real easy. Kind of always wanted to be students. I've been coaching high school, always been in that role. Been at a high school and been an athletic director at the high school, middle school level. So it's been pretty easy, simple type transition. Let's be honest. So
That's good.
Really enjoying it. Really enjoying it.
Well, and then with that, like, have you always felt called to student ministry since you've been doing sports? And like, how was that? Like, oh, well, I'll do online, but then like, wait, God's really calling me. So like, what was that like for you?
I was pumped, to be honest with you. When I got the call to just come to Emmanuel Church. I felt the calling many years ago. I was one of those guys that kept saying no, though. Nope. Had an excuse or had reason why I didn't want to. Actually, it came right after my dad passed back in 2009. So think about that. It's been many years. So almost 14 years now. When I finally said yes and got that call and dove into it, I was just pumped. And then to get another opportunity to now go to students where I always thought that's where, back in 2009, that's where I want to be. So it's been really cool.
That's
It's
beautiful.
cool.
You know, like it's fun to see.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
We have 3 left. So we're getting there.
We're getting there.
All right. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
All right. Take a little bites first, go to settle in.
Yeah,
And I'll
exactly.
lay that question on you.
Good flavor.
It's good flavor.
It's the after kind of gets you a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you feeling it?
A little bit.
You know,
It's on my lips. You know, like your lips starting to get a little red, and you get that
it's
point. But-
it's starting to hit.
So, in students, you've only been there for a little bit.
Yep.
What is something in Emmanuel students that you would love to see happen? Like, what is one thing, if you could, money's not an option, anything you would want to, like, just run and do for Emmanuel students?
For Emmanuel students.
Yep.
So that they can do.
That they could do.
They could do.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
What's your
Just
biggest
one
dream?
thing?
What's your biggest dream that you would
Biggest
love to do for Emmanuel students?
Oh wow. Okay. Big dream for the Emmanuel students. No money tied to it. I would say. A week-long camp out in California. And not just California, but traveling out west. Maybe we get a few RVs.
RVs. All right. All right.
So this is
We
good.
could,
So,
not just a few, a lot of them.
I say California, I mean heading out west. Because you can go to the Grand Canyon, do all these things. But you want to grow with somebody, you put them in an RV together.
You camp.
You know what I mean? You can't. You really find out
yeah.
a lot about somebody. I mean, my wife, we're still together. And we had that camper with 3 kids in there. And let me tell you, that'll test your marriage right there. Love you, honey.
So speaking of your wife and your kids,
Yeah.
Now, this is the next question, so we'll go ahead and go on to this one.
Okay.
But speaking with that, like when you got the call and you accepted to work at Emmanuel, did that like adjust your parenting style? Like were you like, okay, now I work at a church, so I gotta do something different? Or it's like, hey, I'm already parenting in the kind of Christ way. Now it's just a little bit heightened because I'm trying to get my family to that next step.
No, 100%. I mean, not as a bad parent or a bad person, but I think the big thing was how I parented. Just not to be so quick to get angry or not get my way with expectations. We always get caught up with our own expectations. So when the kids don't do something, let's be honest, we get mad because we wanted it to happen this way. And the other thing is, to be straight with you, I was a football coach. I've been a football coach. The language, you know, I don't use the F word, but you know, you say some words and just regret it afterwards. But
Even a moment too, for sure.
Sincere. I mean, maybe I've said one bad word. It's been great. So
It's been great.
It's been
great.
It's been great. Man, I'm such a great person now. No. yeah.
Like, I'm great now.
Man, thank you, Jesus. I'm a great person now.
No, that's good though.
So, no, it has been great. It really has.
This one, we'll let it settle for a little bit.
It's starting to.
It gets you a little bit.
I'll tell you what, man. This is some good stuff, though.
Flavor is natural. It's wonderful. Now, parenting guides, tips. Like, I have a 3-year-old and a 10-month-old, right?
Yep.
What is one thing that you would tell a new parent?
Oh, wow. A new parent? I feel like I've been a new parent for the last 5 years. Because our kids are 10, 5, 2, and
Yeah.
and won. So, but what I would tell a new parent is to just soak it up, have patience, and just soak up the time. I mean, when I look back, it's like, man, yeah, they're 5, 2, and 1, but
Yeah.
the time just goes so fast.
Blink your eye and
you
they're-
blink your eyes, and my oldest is 10.
Yeah.
Still can remember the day you're in the hospital with them and being born, and so I think we get caught up in the busyness of life, and we just forget to soak up those moments. And we think, oh well, I can't wait till they crawl, or I can't wait till they walk. Now it's like,
Get to the next thing.
man,
Get to the next thing.
I
Yeah.
wish they were still a little, just snuggling up on me. So that's
Cozy
that's what I would
cuddles
say.
and-
Exactly. Yep.
Naps in the
10-year-old,
rocking chair.
Yeah, some of them just don't want to cuddles. It's like, man, I miss that.
All right.
Oh man, I look forward to this one.
This is it. So
All right.
cheers.
Cheers.
And then we're gonna eat this whole thing, and then I'll ask you the question.
All right, let's try it.
There's no flavor. It's just
I know, it's just,
It's just heat. That's all it is. All right.
I just want to like eat it and be done, you know what I
All
mean?
right. Yeah. So most Christians can think of the day that they gave their life to Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
In the moment where you're at, describe it for us. Age, all of it. Give us
Okay.
what
I'm about to
led
take a
you
drink
to
of
the,
milk here in a second.
what led you to that
Go for it.
decision. Everything. All right.
All right, so I'll give you 2 because I feel like, I feel like the one was when I was younger.
Uh huh.
I was about my daughter's age, actually. Keep my mind off it. Let me tell you, it'll get you.
Well,
So, I'm going with the water.
no one knows it. That's all right. It's all right.
I was about my daughter's age, and my parents raised us in church, and I remember my dad and just being that example. And nose is running, guys.
It's a moving story. That's what's happening over here.
It is. See, I think this is supposed to be the most powerful question. We just can't answer it, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to do some jumping jacks here. That heat's getting me. All right, so I just remember my dad being an example, and just wanting to live like he did, and so I remember making that decision and wanting to be baptized as well.
Yeah.
But then the second time, I feel like it was came kind of before the calling, when he was diagnosed with cancer and went 4 years battling that. I saw an example again, and just never complained. He just continued to live life the way it was supposed to be lived, and he just did it right. He just did. He's an awesome person, awesome dad, and just the perfect example. And I think after that, it was like, God, I want to use myself now to help others. And so that's kind of the second moment that I was like, all right, God, like, I know I can't live a life like my dad did, because he just amazing. If I could be half the man that he was, use me in a way that you can.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what kind of drew me into, what, let's use my story, let's use my testimony, and I'm ready to dive in. So
That's beautiful. And that's the thing too, is like God can use people in our lives now or in the future just to remind us that like, hey,
Yep.
like this is how I'm supposed to live, and like it's so easy to kind of forget like how someone in our life has shaped us
Yeah, exactly.
to live that way, and how can we get to that point
Yep.
to shape others around us. And
Exactly.
I'm glad that God's given Emmanuel U. And the Franklin community is so excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And we're grateful. I'm grateful to be on a student team with you. Like, it's been so fun, and to be able to do something like this.
Man.
And talk about these things. It's been so great to kind of get a little bit of heat with you.
That's right.
So.
I do wish we would have switched that question, that last one, to the first one.
Ah,
Struggling through that one, man.
that's good. Well, thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Guys, thanks for checking out Are You Chicken? Have a good day.